together. So to work with IMI Luzern, IMI Luzern is interested to work with agents and is willing to give them commission and to pay commission for more time. And more students you send, more commission you get. Now I just opened here for the master program to give you an idea. They offer 50% commission from students 1 to 5, 80% from 6 to 10, and 22% if you send more than 11 students. So this is something very, very interesting. So in this case, as you can see, this is the commission that you will get. And for the second semester, which is 8%, this is the commission that you will get for a master program. Logically, they offer as well the bachelor program, and which is different, but here the commission is, in this case, for 4 semesters. So as you can see, semester 1, semester 2, semester 3, and semester 4. So that's mean that you will get rolling commission from IMI Luzern. I wanted to start from this side because I don't want to annoy you too much with all about Switzerland, because I presume that now Switzerland, everyone knows where Switzerland is located. Famous Lucerne city around the world, is a tourist destination, and IMI is located in this beautiful part of the world, which is Lucerne in Switzerland, and offering logically the possibility for your students to do a bachelor, a master, or a top-up program. Now, what is the great advantage to work with IMI? I will start today from the end and come in the front. So the great part to work with IMI Luzern are 2 points. One is the win-win for you because you will get an excellent commission. This is something very important for you to understand. The second part is that your students, they will be able to do every year a 6 months internship if they will do a bachelor program. So year 1, 6 months internship, year 2, 6 months internship, year 3, 6 months internship. So that means that usually the program at IMI is about 5 months in the school, in the class, and then 6 months outside in the different hotels. So I just asked Julian before that we join to tell me a little bit the hotel they are working with to do the internship. So he just sent me the message. Julian is with us here today. He's the director of operation from IMI Luzern. He just mentioned to me Kempinski Mandarin. I presume everyone know the Kempinski Hotel. Then the Oriental Hotel in Switzerland, the Marriott Hotel in Switzerland, and the most famous one, which is the Bürgenstock. Maybe many of you do not know this 5-star hotel, but this is where the students from IMI Luzern are doing the internship. So we're talking about a very high level of program and a very high level of internship. So students who will do an internship in this type of hotel, they will find jobs without any problem, without any single problem in Dubai, in Singapore, in Switzerland, in Vienna, everywhere. Because if you come out after 3 years or after a master program or after a top-up with internship in this type of hotels, then this gives you a big credibility in your CV, in your student CV. So now, what is the great advantage as well in Switzerland in refer of the internship? So students who will do an internship in Switzerland as by law, is they get a minimum salary of 2,385 Swiss franc, which is equivalent, to give you an idea, about $2,600 per month. So this means that every month they will get a salary of $2,600. I just make an exchange rate now, can be $20 more, $20 less or more. In Swiss franc is 2,385 every month. So for 6 months, your students will get a salary in total of 40,310, which is more or less $70,780 per year. So this is the salary that your students will get if they do a bachelor program with IMI Luzern in Switzerland. So IMI Luzern in Switzerland welcomes students from all around the world. I personally visited the school in 2025, and Julian can confirm at least 3-4 times this year. 3-4 times this year in 2025. So I went to visit the school many years ago. The first time I think was in 2005, then again in 2009, then 2014, 2019. So I know the school, and they have a lot of students. They have students coming from Russia, they have students coming from Latin America. By the way, I want to say hello to the agents who wake up very, very early from Latin America today. From Ecuador, I can see agents. So I want to say thank you very much to join us. I know it must be 1 o'clock in the morning over there. So thank you to join as well. All the other one, thank you to join me for the IMI Luzern workshop. And thanks to every agent around the world. Logically, this was just a special thank you to the people who just wake up at midnight or 1 o'clock to join us at the workshop here today with IMI. And by the way, in October, on October 28th, if you are very serious interested to work with IMI Luzern and to bring your students here, then you are invited to come to visit the campus on the 28th of October. We will organize, WEBA will organize a fan trip. So that means that you will come here, we will send you the invitation letter, and you will be able to come and visit the campus on the 28th of October. This is something very, very important for you, because if you're very interested and you're thinking this can be an excellent partner school for you, and is a good concept, they get a good salary, they work in top hotel. The tuition fee is per year is 25,000 Swiss francs for the bachelor. And for 2025, they have 2 intake. One is in August and one is in November. They offer a 6,000 Swiss franc scholarship. So that means that for 25,000, it will go to 90,000 Swiss franc. So this is the tuition fee for your information. So the tuition fee, if you technically make a calculation, which is 90,000 Swiss franc, but they get a salary of 40,310 per year when they're working, and the work is guaranteed because it's IMI who provide the internship in this 4-5-star hotel. As I mentioned before, we have Kempinski, we have the Marriott, we have the Bürgerstock, we have the Oriental Hotel, and more. This is just 3-4 names of hotel that I mentioned to you. This is the great advantage for you to offer IMI. So 25,000 Swiss franc, the tuition fee, minus 6,000, the scholarship is equivalent to 90,000 Swiss franc. To start the application, everything will be done by the management of IMI. They will send you the application form. You need to fill out. Your students need to pay the deposit, which is, if I'm correct, Julian, the deposit is 3,300 Swiss franc. Is this correct, Julian?
Exactly, thank you.
Yeah, I also sometimes I need to ask Julian because I don't want to make any error or mistake on this. So they have to pay 3,300 Swiss franc, and then after it will start the process of the visa. Now, for the visa help, IMI Luzern, as I mentioned before, have students from everywhere in the world. So I visit the school, I have video here as well that I can show you and I will share with you. They have students from Pakistan. Yes, from Pakistan, they get the visa. They have students from China. They had always students from China at IMI. So they get the visa. Students from India, logically. They have a lot of students coming from Africa as well. From which country of Africa, Julian, your students are coming now? From which country are there from Africa, to have an idea?
Thank you, Richard. We have students from Kenya, we have students from Mozambique, we have students from Libya, we have some students that are interested in the next programs from Tunis, Morocco, Algeria, and Nigeria.
Thank you, thank you. So, as you can see, logically, they have students as well from Saudi Arabia. I can see that we have here as well agents coming from the Middle East. They have students from Russia. They have students from Ukraine. They have students from Europe as well. So we welcome as well students from Europe. If some European students want to come and work in Switzerland, is a great advantage for many, many reasons. But I will do a specific workshop for European students on a second stage, because if European students come to study in Switzerland, do the internship, they will have a great opportunity to follow a concept which Switzerland is working with the European Union at the moment. So I will do this in a separate way. Now, back to us, what kind of bachelor they are offering. They're offering different type of bachelor. Maybe here you can help me a little bit, Julian, with the bachelor that is offering by IMI, just that we are on the same picture.
Sure. Thank you, Richard. So we offer three bachelors. So the bachelor will be provided during 3 years, diploma, higher diploma, and the last year. The bachelors that we offer are in international hospitality business management, international business management, the focus more on business and less hospitality. We offer as well a bachelor in international culinary management, where future chefs will be trained in our restaurants that we have here, and they will learn as well all the theoretical aspects related to this industry. We have, if you can move as well a little bit more down, we have, beside the certificate in international hotel and tourism, we offer as well a master program in hospitality business management for students who are interested. And of course, we offer 2 diplomas at the graduate level in international culinary arts and hospitality management.
Thank you, Julian. I want to point out a request that I receive now by chat by Carlos. Yes, if the students will do an internship over here in Switzerland, not only Lucerne, I'm talking about all Switzerland. So they offer the internship not only in the city of Lucerne, but all over Switzerland. So it happened that students go and do an internship in Zurich, in Basel, in Bern, in St. Moritz, in Geneva. So Switzerland is not such a big country, but there are great opportunity for all the students, and is IMI who will find the internship. So this is something very important for you to understand. So your students will not need to look for internship, because what happened many times, hotels will come inside on the campus and they will say, okay, we need 3, we need 5, we need 2, we need 7. This has happened since many, many years, more than 30 years now. Now, logically, when they do the internship program, they will receive an accommodation. So the students will stay in the hotel where they do the internship, and they will receive food as well. So all the students who will do the internship will receive a salary, will receive the accommodation, and will receive the food. And hotel, logically, some hotel will deduct some fee of the meal, will deduct some fee of the accommodation. This is logically, but it's not a lot. So it depends. Some other hotel, they even pay more. We had the hotel who pay about 2,800. We had a hotel who pay about 3,000. So, but the minimum salary per student is 2,385. So 2,085 as by Swiss law. This is the Swiss law. So hotel cannot give a less salary, to give you a long story, to make a long story short. So this is very important for you to understand. Now back to IMI and back to the entry requirement. So the entry requirement, and I invite you directly, Julian, to reply to all the chat. As you can see, we have a lot of chat coming inside. If you can reply to all of them, it would be very, very great. But the entry requirement usually is based on a 5.0 on IELTS, and they accept all English certificate. This is very important for you to understand. They accept all the English certificate. And in case they coming from a country where the first language is English, like Nigeria, like India, they accept as well a medium of instruction, just that you know this. Logically, it will be not all the time, but sometimes the IMI Luzern will do some interview to the students after they do the application. So the first step is to fill out the application form, send this, so they receive all the information from A to Z, and then after the management of IMI will look into the application, and if everything is okay, it will be only an administration process. If they think, maybe we need to do an interview with the students, they will have the faculty to do an interview with the students, to understand a little bit more about him, what his plan for the future, etc. Because it's always important to have a dialogue with the students in order to understand if the students understand clearly the program, how is the program, and where is it located, etc., etc., etc. So this is a very important stuff. I will share with you the PowerPoint presentation anyway, so that you can have a look on this. To make a long story short, to study in Switzerland at the IMI, usually the visa process is about 45 days. 45 days, okay? Just to have an idea. I prepared a video here of two students from Pakistan. I just take Pakistan today. Last time I take India. 1 month ago, I take another country. So I just changed the testimonial. We had Chinese students as well, testimonial. We had Russian student testimonial, with Latin American student testimonial. Today, I choose Pakistan. I do not know if you see the video, but I will share the video with you.
I'm from Pakistan, and I recently came here about 3 weeks ago. Coming here was a great experience. Coming here, seeing all the greenery, the lakes, it was beautiful.
My name is Bilal. I come from the same university as Abdullah. We did a higher diploma together, and we decided to join IMI last winter.
I'm happy to come here. I'm very happy to see all the people from different nationalities. Everyone is very friendly. Everyone is getting along. The teachers are very passionate about teaching. I thought it would be very hard to settle in, but I settled in very fast.
Switzerland has been great so far, and so has been IMI.
Did you hear, Julian, the video or not?
Very low.
Very low. Anyway, just to give you an idea, this was IMI Luzern. We have the interview. We have interview from different country, different students. So if you need some testimonial from your country, maybe we have. We welcome as well students from Georgia in the past. So at IMI, there are all type of students. How many students usually per year study at IMI, and how many intake you have, Julian?
Thank you, Richard. We have 4 intakes. We have an intake in February, in May, August, and November. So that offers the possibility to different regions around the world, according to their curriculum and calendars from different schools, to join IMI and to have this experience in Switzerland for 3 years or 1 year. When it comes to the number of students, we are looking into having a number of students that as well offer the possibility us to be sustainable regardless our capacity, because we have accommodation on campus, we have to offer meals on campus as well for our students, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So our capacity per year is around between 300 and 350 students. And we are currently close to this number, and we are looking already forward for the upcoming terms and years to increase these numbers with other students.
Thank you very much. I just saw a message coming from one agent from India, I presume, and he just mentioned that it looked like the tuition fee seems to be very expensive, 25,000 Swiss francs per year. So it looked like very expensive. No, it doesn't look very expensive, and I can tell you the reason why. Now, first of all, IMI Luzern will give a scholarship of 6,000 Swiss francs. So it will go down from 25,000 to 90,000 Swiss francs. Okay. So in the UK, a bachelor program costs 50,000 pounds, 60,000 pounds, 40,000 pounds, 70,000 pounds, even 90,000 pounds. So I made all the calculation. Now, if you compare the UK, let's presume a standard bachelor which costs 40,000 pounds, more or less. Let's say 50,000 pounds, which is standard. And okay, the students do 3 years bachelor, but they don't earn any money. They earn zero. They can find, maybe if they're lucky, some job at McDonald's. and earn maybe £7 per hour, to give you an idea. But here in Switzerland, they will get a salary because they will work 6 months per year. So that means they will get a salary of 2,825, if I'm correct. I have to recheck one more time how much it was, because 2,385. So they get a salary for 6 months of 2,385. So 2,385 times 6 is 40,310 Swiss franc. So they get a salary of 40,310 Swiss franc. Compared to the UK, they will not get any salary. Maybe if they're working on hours at the McDonald's, etc., they will get around in the year about £3,000, £3,500. So compare Switzerland, the living cost and the money they earn during the internship is less expensive than the UK. And I know, because I work a lot with the UK, many Indian, this is an example, but many other students as well, they go to study in the UK, but it's more expensive than in Switzerland. As well, if the tuition fee look like higher in the first impression, but if you consider that the students will get a salary during the internship, the cost will go down, down, and down. So in the end, it will cost them around £6,000-7,000. This is the calculation that you should make. And this is the concept that if you're working with students, to explain this to the students and to the parents. Logically, if you tell someone you have to pay 25,000 Swiss franc and you do not explain that is a scholarship available, you don't explain that is an internship available, and you don't explain that they will get a minimum salary of 2,385 Swiss franc per month for 6 months, logically, this looks very expensive. This is just to give you an orientation, and I might welcome a lot of Indian students in Switzerland. Many of them, they remain here in Switzerland after finish the bachelor and the master because they were so good working at the Marriott Hotel, at the Intercontinental Hotel, at the Savoy Hotel, etc., that they have now a salary of 8, 9, 10,000 Swiss francs per month. I'm talking about 10,000, 12,000 US dollar per month. So this is the difference between Switzerland, with all the respect, compared to the UK. So say this, the price is not expensive. So this is just to give you an orientation about the tuition fee. Then we need to talk about the accommodation. And this is something very important that I wanted to talk to everyone. And I want to compare this with the UK again, because we received this message that it looks expensive. Okay, in the UK, you need to pay the accommodation. And if you study in London, I make an example because the majority of the students, they want to study in London, the tuition, the accommodation per month, minimum, and really if they need to share with 4 people, it costs them 800, 900, even £1,000. So let's say £900. £900 times 12 is another £10,800. Let's say £10,000. So they need to pay £10,000 per year accommodation back in the UK. While in Switzerland, how much is the accommodation, Julian, for 6 months at IMI, which include the food?
Including the food, it's around 6,000 Swiss francs, which is very competitive with the prices that are downtown and even with the prices that they will find in different fast food in Luzern. And actually, they will receive, they will have 2 choices. Either they will go to a big gastronomic restaurant where other students will prepare the meals for them. Either they will have a variety of choice from fresh vegetables from the farmer just across the street to different other Swiss products in the main dining hall. Breakfast, lunch, dinner included, accommodation with a view on the mountains or a view on the lake. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. So we're talking about 6,600 Swiss franc, which is about £6,000, okay? In the UK, it costs £10,000 and the food is not included. So please add another £2,000 for the food per year, it's £12,000. In Switzerland, it's £6,000. So there is another £6,000 that will be saved for compared to the UK. So to make a long story short, if you really take your calculator with you, and you're making some calculation about accommodation, tuition fee, scholarship, salary get every year, not only year one, year two, year three, master, year four. So if you're calculating this is much cheaper than the UK. So I must say that I cannot agree when someone said to me that Switzerland is expensive with 25,000 Swiss franc, because if we're making, and we are all good in calculation, we're making this calculation, you will find out that is very interesting to study in Switzerland, and as well for the future of the students, logically. Because in Switzerland, there is opportunity to work after, if the student is good. Logically, the student needs to be good. It's not that he need to just came late, etc. He need to be well dressed. And like the two gentlemen from Pakistan, as you can see, they are well dressed, very elegant, etc., on time, serious. They will find the opportunity to stay in Switzerland. If they show very well, the hotel maybe say, okay, I want to hire you for 5 years. While in the UK, after they finish, the majority of the students, very difficult to get a job. This is the reality today. Maybe 5 years ago was different, but today this is the situation. Now, in refer, what is the living cost in Switzerland? And I can compare this as well with the UK, because Switzerland need to be compared with the UK. We cannot make any difference. So it always depends on the students. At IMI, for example, the accommodation is inside at the campus. So they don't need to take the bus, they don't need to have extra costs as well. While in the UK, they need to travel half an hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour. They are all extra costs. So this is another great advantage. So there are some money they need for when they go out on the weekend, when they want to go to a disco, when they want to go to a bar. This is the money they need to calculate. But at IMI, the food is included, accommodation is included, they are there. So logically, on Friday, on Saturday, students go out. Obvious, they go to Zurich, they go to Lucerne, and then it's up to the students, the living cost. If they go with champagne on Friday, Saturday, logically, it costs a lot of money. It depends from students to students. So while in the UK, the living cost is very important because they need to move from one place to another place. So this is a little bit the difference between Switzerland and the UK. Just to clarify this point, because it's a very important point to discuss, because for some of you, Switzerland may new, but from some other agents, which are here today as well, they work with IMI since many years. So they are familiar with the great opportunity that every student has when they study in Switzerland at IMI, because they will get the internship, they will do 5 months school, 6 months internship, have the accommodation on the campus, do the internship in a 5-star hotel, get the salary, have a future, and this is something which is very unique. But the bachelor program offering is not only about hospitality. They have as well a bachelor of business. So not everyone, maybe here, Julian, you can explain a little bit that not everyone need to enter in the hospitality business world. Some of them, they maybe prefer to do the standard international business management program. Maybe, Julian, can you explain a little bit this part as well?
Thank you, Richard. With pleasure. So the business management program will have courses related to entrepreneurship, to sustainability. We will have big courses related to digital marketing, finances, real estate. The business management program will be a more broader program that will offer the possibility to the students through the internships, actually in Switzerland or somewhere else, to have the possibility to decide on the path that they want to take later. We have students, for example, from Georgia currently that are enrolled in this program, and they already secured some internships in sales and marketing departments for some institutions in Zurich and Lucerne. We have other students that will work with that are working in the pharma industry. So these are the different pathway that students will have at the end of their studies to be able to join the industries that are in Switzerland or around the world, and more focused on the business management.
Thank you very much. I wanted to point out 2 more important steps, which I think is very important for you to understand. I just see some message on the chat system, and someone asked me how many hours they can do a part-time job. Ladies and gentlemen, there is not about part-time job here. This is a full program, which is 5 months in the school at IMI and 6 months internship, working every day in a hotel. They go to work at the Marriott, at the Intercontinental Hotel, at the Sheraton, and to other hotels. So it's not part-time. They're really working and they get a salary end of the month. It is not part-time. A second point, I read as well a message from a Nepalese agent asking that IMI, after over 30 years of experience and welcome students from all around the world, need to provide you a Nepalese agent to understand what? We have a Nepalese agent here with us today. We have a Nepalese agent who sends students to Switzerland, not to IMI today, to a competitor. I know this because I know all of you, the majority. So in Switzerland, everyone receives the visa if he's a genuine student, if the students can afford to pay the tuition fee, logically. So if he's from Nepal, if he's from Colombia, is he from Ukraine, is he from any place in the world, Switzerland welcome international students from all around the world. So I might do not need to share with you agents from Nepal that you can send them an email. No, because it's not the agents who will change this. It's the Swiss embassy who will receive the document from you, students, will receive the document from IMI, and they will evaluate and they will say, yes, this student will get the visa because he can financially support the tuition fee, he can pay the deposit, his English level is good. So it's the embassy who decide if the student is accepted in Switzerland. Again, I visit the school IMI 4 times this year, and I saw students coming from all places of the world, from India, from Pakistan, from Africa, from Russia, Ukraine, and Saudi Arabia, Middle East, Latin America, and everywhere. And IMI, by the way, they have a lot of video on YouTube. So you're more than welcome to go on YouTube and just put IMI Luzern, and you will find a lot of video of students study at IMI. I mean, this is a very important part. Switzerland is very friendly with visa. If student is genuine, there is usually no problem where the student is coming from. Julian mentioned before he gets students from Libya. Is correct, Julian? You had students from Libya as well.
Yes, currently on campus. Thank you.
So, as you know, Libya had some problem, etc., but they welcome students from Libya. So there is no issue to welcome students from Nepal or from any other country in the world. There is absolutely no difference between one country and the other country. And the great part is that they offer as well the top-up program. So the top-up program, that's mean that for many students who maybe cannot afford to stay for 3 years in Switzerland, they can do only the final years, can be the final years of bachelor. So they can do the first 2 years directly in the home country. Logically, they need to see exactly what the student did before. And if the dean of the school will give a confirmation, then the students can do the top up for the final year. Or many students, they do just the master program. Can you maybe explain me a little bit about the master program? This is a 1-year master degree, because I can see there's some confusion. Some agents said it's a 2 years. Julian?
Yeah. So for the master program, students will be we have 2 dates for the master program. We have August and February. So students will be on campus for 6 months, and after the next 6 months, they have a dissertation. That dissertation will be an cooperation between one faculty from IMI. They can be online, they can be on site. They can actually work as well for the 1 year after the 6 year here on campus. And please pay attention, it's very important, because our program, when they will start after the 6 months on campus, we will help them to get an internship and an experience for 1 year. And because they are master program, and if they experience in Switzerland, if one of the experience it will be in Switzerland, they can be even paid higher than the usual internship. 1 year of experience in Switzerland helps them to reimburse the majority of the fee, plus even have some pocket money either to go to their countries to do their business or to open something new, or to have something to start their life here in Europe or in Switzerland. So 6 months on campus, 1 year of internship. During this 1 year of internship, they have to validate their thesis called dissertation on our website. Thank you.
Thank you, Julian, to explain this. So this is another great advantage. So it means that for the students who do a master program and then they have the 1 year, they can do the internship in a 5-star hotel or 4-star hotel. This is a great advantage for the CV of the student and for the future. And as well, as I mentioned before, Julian, with this amount they get, they can really get money back, reimbursed for what they spent in advance. So this is the great advantage to study at IMI Luzern over here in Switzerland. We can say that the IMI Luzern is a family, is a Swiss family who owns the school since many years, since 1996, correct, Julian?
Yes.
Since
Thank you.
1996. So this is a family school owned by Swiss family. This is very important for you to understand. The program, they receive a degree validated by Manchester Metropolitan University. So this all the degree are validated, all the bachelor and the master by Manchester Metropolitan University. They have small class size. This is another big help for students. And we can say that when you are at IMI, you're like part of a family. And because Julian, I presume he knows many students personally. He meet them during the lunch. Julian as well spent lunch there with the students. Even myself, when I go to IMI, I always have the opportunity to spend the lunch there with students, with teachers, and this creates a great atmosphere for everyone. So it becomes like a big family. And this is a big advantage because the accommodation is on the campus, and the campus is just beautiful. So the campus is amazing, the location is fantastic, and it's nice because we have the 4 seasons over here in Switzerland, which is the summertime now, which is very warm. Then we have the autumn, we have the winter, which is skiing. People will learn to ski, people will see the first time the snow. And then we have the spring, which is fantastic as well. So we have the 4 seasons over here in Switzerland, which I think it's quite unique, not because I'm located person in Switzerland, but Switzerland is a great country to study and is a great country to live. And the program at IMI Luzern is for students, is not for dependents, is not for children, is for students. So if someone if you have a student, the student must do the visa application, the students must register, but logically the student cannot bring together the dependents or the kids. This is not possible. Besides, the wife will study as well at IMI. It happened as well that a couple decide, both of them, to study at IMI Luzern. There is no problem. It happened once that they had some bachelor and one did a master, but not possible to bring the wife on campus because they will be accommodated on campus. 99% of the students decide to stay on campus because it's much cheaper than go downtown Lucerne and take every day the bus back and forward. So in the campus, they have a share room, they have single room, they have room with lake view. So this is just to give you an idea that if they thinking that IMI is a good place to bring the wife, no, it's not this the point. This is a school, is a serious school, and working with the Swiss Embassy since many years, and welcome students. How many students you have on campus per year, to have an idea, Julian? More or less?
Around 300.
300 students. So 300 students, they have 4 intake. So like the next intake is August, November, and then they have 2 in 2026, which is February and May, correct?
Correct.
Okay, fantastic,
Thank you.
fantastic. So I just wanted to explain to everyone as well the refund policy, which is very important for you to understand. So by the way, there is very few rejection. in the last 2 years at IMI Luzern. Very, very few. And this is very important for you to understand. They have a lot of students coming from Africa, from China, from Russia, from Latin America, from the Middle East, from India, from Pakistan, from Sri Lanka, and Indonesia as well. I forgot Indonesia, I forgot Vietnam, Thailand as well. So they have Laos, they have students from everywhere in the world. So rejection is very, very rare. But in case of a rejection, but before to come to have rejection, the school management check all the document from A to Z before to move forward for the visa process. So, but if in case is a rejection, they, as you know, the students need to pay 3,300 deposit, and in case it's a rejection, the students will, the school IMI Lucerne will refund totally the fee minus 500 Swiss franc administration fee. This is what is the refund policy regarding in case of a visa rejection, which I just say in the last 2 years, it was very, very rare. It was a visa rejection. So this is a very important point. Maybe you can explain one more time the graduate program. If someone apply only for the master program or only for the top-up program, Julian, can the students do directly the internship after they do the program? Can you maybe re-explain this for the one who will do a top-up and for the one who will do only the master?
Thank you, Richard. For the graduate program, actually, is to complete 6 months of study here and then take the optional paid placement in Switzerland or internationally. That means that is not necessary to do an internship to validate the graduate program. But still, in order to help the students to reimburse their fees and their tuition fees that they pay to IMI, we help them and we place them with our partnership in different industries where they can have an optional internship. That optional internship, they still have to keep it on their CVs because later can be used if they apply for a future job or for another master or for another experience somewhere. They will be useful for their future career because they learn some skills during that internship.
Thank you, Julian. Now we have one more question come inside. What are the financial criteria that you need to meet for admission and visa approval? Now, what are the financial criteria that student needs to meet for admission and visa approval? Julian?
Thank you. Yeah. So the criteria, first of all, we will provide a provisional letter of acceptance once we analyze the file and the admission folder of the student. Once this registration fee of 3,300 Swiss francs is paid, then they will have the possibility to receive the letter of acceptance. That letter of acceptance will give them the possibility to apply for the visa where IMI Switzerland will help them. When it comes to the tuition fee, they have to pay half of the total tuition fee. So they have to pay the first installment. By that, it means that 2 months before the terms that are starting, and we have 4 terms in February, May, August, and November, 2 months before, they need to have to pay half of their tuition fee. That tuition fee and paying half will be useful to apply for the visa. In order to receive the permission from country to country, it will be different, but on average, they will have to provide a proof of 21,000 Swiss francs. Attention, 21,000 Swiss francs, you already pay half of the tuition fee at IMI, and you applied for the visa. You just need to show the difference between the tuition fee and half of the tuition fee and what is required by the government. That means around 11 to 15,000 Swiss francs on your bank account. Or if you work and you are joining for a master degree, you just need to show the last 3 pay slips from your company and to prove that you have financial funds to come to Switzerland.
Maybe can you repeat the last part of the master? This is so if they do the master, they need to show as well between 11 to 50,000 Swiss franc in the bank account.
Yes, yes.
So this is a very important point, and I will put this on the chat. So if you're on the chat, you can read this in a second. For financial. Voila. So this is something very important for everyone to understand. So we're talking about 21,000 Swiss franc minus the 50% and minus the 3,300, around 11,000 to 50,000 in the Swiss bank account. So in the UK, and always come back in the UK, because we have to compare Switzerland with some countries. So today I decided to compare this with the UK. But if you wish, I can compare this with the United States, where the bachelor is maybe 45,000 US dollar and the master maybe 75,000 US dollar, or with Canada or with Australia, which are much more expensive. So today I try to be calm and just to show and compare with the UK. How much you have to show, your students have to show for the UK, you all know how much is it. And if they study in London, you know there is a certain fee. And if they study outside London, is a little bit less fee. But it's always Switzerland more convenient than in the UK regarding the financial to show for the visa. In the UK, you need to show the 28 days, as you all know. You're out professional, you know the 28 days rule. In Switzerland, there is no rule. Julian, is there any rule in Switzerland they need to show the 28 days before to apply for the visa that the money should be in the bank account? Is there any rule or similar rule?
What do you mean in their bank account?
Yes, because in the UK, you know, they make life a little bit more difficult in the last years. The students need to show that they have a minimum fee in the bank account at least 28 days before they apply for the visa, to make a long story short.
No, no.
So in
No,
Switzerland, they are not so complicated in this regarding. So this is something very, very important. So this is very important for Switzerland. If they show they have in a bank account 11,000 to 50,000 Swiss franc, and they already pay the deposit, and they already received the letter from IMI Luzern, and they pay the 50%, 99.99%, 0.9999, they will get the visa without any problem. They just need to show a bank that they have around 11 to 50,000 Swiss franc, and this is it. Nothing else, no other complication, just that you all know this. I will share with every one of you a copy of the PowerPoint presentation, and I will start and finish as well where I started. So if you remember when I started, I show you in the beginning the advantage of work with IMI, the commission, because we are all business people, the commission is very important. So for bachelor, they pay the commission, as you can see here in the screen, 50%, 80%, 22%. And on the right side, you can see the amount. This is very important. For the second semester, this amount. For the third semester, this amount. For the fourth semester, this amount. So this is something that you have to understand, the great advantage that you will get commission for 4 semesters, not only for the first semester. Then another very important point is that your students, if they start in August, November, they will receive 6,000, up to 6,000 Swiss franc scholarship for the bachelor at 8,000 Swiss franc for the master, just to give you this information. And this is something very, very unique that IMI Luzern is offering. And here we go as well for the bachelor. Here is for the master. This is for the master program, as you can see. And the master program, this is the commission that you will receive if you send students to IMI Luzern. So I will just make a 1-minute shortcut everything. Study at IMI Luzern is a great advantage. It's a long story school since 1996. They offer 4 intake per year, bachelor and master program. your students will have the possibility and the unique opportunity, because as by Swiss law, the students study at IMI Luzern will receive a salary when they do the internship. The salary will be 2,385 Swiss franc per month for a period of 6 months every year. So that's mean in US dollar it's about $2,600 per month for 6 months during the internship. The tuition fee for the bachelor is 25,000 Swiss franc, and they will receive a scholarship of 6,000 Swiss franc. The registration fee is 3,300, and in order to apply at IMI, they need to fill out the application form. IMI will receive the application form and will evaluate all the documents your students send. If they will decide to do an interview, they will do an interview. Maybe if everything is clear, they will just do the administration process. In this case, your students need to pay 3,300 for the registration fee. Then we'll start the visa process, and the visa for Switzerland take about 1.5 months, 45 days to 2 months maximum. We have excellent result from students coming from Pakistan, India, Libya, all the African countries, China, South Korea, Russia, etc., Latin America, Saudi Arabia. They get the visa, and they need to show a bank slip. They have around 11,000 to 50,000 Swiss franc in order to get the visa. Very important, they need to pay 50% of the tuition fee at least 2 months before to start the program. And then we'll start the visa process in case, and it's very rare in the last 2 years, students will not get the visa. The students will receive the full refund minus 500 Swiss franc at administration cost. Logically, I might, before to start the visa process, check in details that the students will get the visa. So very important is the document that you send from your students are very genuine document, because logical, all the document will be double checked if need by a lawyer by IMI. So make sure that all the document are original, are real document, they're not fake document, because they are checking all the details of the document they receive. They accept all English certificate. This is very important. For country like Nigeria, they will accept English because it's the first language in the country. They will accept medium of instruction. And this is something very important for you to understand, that IMI Luzern is offering as well the top up. So many students who want to do the first 2 years in the home country, they can do the final year directly in Switzerland. And this is IMI Luzern, and logically I will explain you everything by email one more time. I will share with you a PowerPoint presentation. The semester during the bachelor logically is 3 years. The bachelor is accredited, and the degree is powered by Manchester Metropolitan University. So the system is 3 years. It's a bachelor program, is 3 years. That means that they have 5 months study program, 6 months internship, year 1, 5 months program, internship year 2, 5 months program, internship year 3, done, bachelor finish. Master, they have the option to do 6 months and then 1 year internship. This is another great advantage for the master program, because if they get a salary of 2,385, they can quite cover the cost of the master program, which the master program is 33,000 Swiss franc, but they will receive 8,000 Swiss franc scholarship. And this is quite a unique possibility. They have 4 different intake, and this is something as well very interesting to work with IMI Luzern. Commission is fantastic. You have a commission long time. If you have a bachelor, you have for 4 intake, for 4 semesters, sorry. And for the master is a straightforward commission. This is something that they offer as well as summer winter program. I just received some requests for groups, and we are working on this as well. So there is a commission of 20% for summer program. These are the intake, just to give you an idea. They have bachelor program in hospitality, but as well in business. So there is no need, they need to do only hospitality. They can opt as well for a bachelor in business or a culinary as well, which is very interesting and unique, and the master program. I think I have explained you in detail everything about the program, the concept, and how to start to work with IMI Luzern. Very simple. First step is I will send a follow-up email. I will, if you're interested, I will share a copy of the contract. Logically, you need to reply to my email, and then I will share a copy of the contract. You need to sign the copy of the contract, send this directly to Julian, which is with us here today, the director of operation from IMI Luzern. At IMI Luzern, we have multi-culti people working. So if you need a customized presentation in Chinese, in Russian, in French, in English, in German, no problem. We can help you because they are multi-culti. Julian, how many languages do you speak?
Me, only 4, but around the campus, 30.
Okay, tell me a little bit about the language that we can do a customized workshop available at campus. So Chinese, yes.
Indian,
English,
Russian,
Russian,
Romanian, French, German, Arabic, Thai, Indonesian, Japanese. Actually, I have a colleague from Kenya as well.
Fantastic. See, okay, Kenya people, they speak English.
Yeah.
Hello to the Kenya agent. I know you speak English, use your first language. Julian, I got you. Kenya, English.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, everyone, to join me today. And logically, there is a question if a student can finish the bachelor in their home country. I mean, usually the bachelor should be finished in Switzerland. They can do the first 2 years in the home country, but the final year should be always in Switzerland. We welcome as well students from Turkey. I don't want to forget Turkey, logically, or Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan as well. We had students from all this part of the world as well. And this is a very interesting for you to understand because students from at the IMI, which has around 300 students per year, has a lot to offer. And as I mentioned before, we can really help in you everyone to have a customized workshop if you need to do a training session for your team, so your team can explain more and more about the program from IMI. This is something very important. And finally, logically, is on the 28th of October, we organize a fun trip over here in Switzerland. So you will have the opportunity to visit the campus of IMI Luzern and speak directly with students and hear about themselves, about their, these are the students, our testimonial at IMI. But you are more than welcome to go on YouTube and type down IMI Luzern, Switzerland. You will find a lot of video on YouTube. Chinese students study here, Russian students, Latin American students, Middle East students, Thai students, Indonesian students, African students. This is a multiculti. Switzerland is very great to welcome students from all around the world. The visa rate is very high, Julian. The visa rate for Switzerland is very, very high. As I mentioned, I visited the school 4 times this year. I saw students from everywhere in the world, even from Pakistan, from I did not know from Libya, but I remember, it was a lovely young lady from Kenya who was serving me the lunch, and I chit-chatted a little bit with her. So I think this is a great part. So I will do a follow-up email with all of you, and if you are interested, come back to me, and I will send you a copy of the agreement. Then after, you need to send this directly to Julian, who is the Director of Operation from IMI Luzern, Switzerland, who is with us here today. Julian, thank you very much for your time today. I know I take you a little bit of the time, a little bit more than 1 hour, but I think it was very important to explain you the great advantage to study at IMI Luzern. Your students will have the opportunity to do an internship every year for 6 months, and they will get a salary of 2,385 Swiss francs per month, which is equivalent of around $2,700 per month for 6 months every year, year 1, year 2, and year 3 for the bachelor. And for the master, they will have the possibility to do the program for 6 months and then do a 1-year internship, so they will get an excellent salary as well for them in 1 year. So 1 year, 2,385 times 12 is 28,620 Swiss franc per year, which is equivalent in dollar. It's about $34,000 US per year. Your students will earn if they do an internship in Switzerland with a master program. So this is very, very unique. And the internship is guaranteed by IMI, because it's IMI who will find the internship for your students. And the salary is guaranteed because, as by Swiss law, the minimum salary is 2,385 Swiss franc. And during the internship, they will stay 99%. They stay in the hotel where they do the internship. And the internship hotels, I just asked Julian before we had this workshop, they have top hotel, they're working together. One is the Marriott Hotel, then they have the Kempinski Hotel. They even have the Bürgenstock Hotel. The Bürgenstock Hotel is even quite a 6-star hotel in near Lucerne. They do the internship all over Switzerland, not only Lucerne area. And this is quite a unique opportunity for your students. And Switzerland need good students who are really interested to work in this industry, but as well, they offer as well the standard business program, which is quite unique as well. So not everyone want to do the hospitality program. Some of them say, no, I want to do the business program. It's fine. So they can do, or some others say, I want to do the culinary program. So culinary program is unique. They need to learn the kitchen world. They need to learn the patisserie world, the chocolate world, etc. So I think you have a great partner on IMI Luzern. Now it's up to you. If you can work with IMI Luzern, the floor is all yours. I have tell you what I know, and I know since many years, IMI, since many, many years. And I know personally the owner of IMI. I met him several times in my workshop, and we start to work with them together since 2004. The first time I started to work together was 2004 with IMI Luzern. So now we're in 2025, so 21 years, 350 students per year. Nothing else to say. Ladies and gentlemen, good health, good business. Thank you very much for the attention. Thank you, Julian.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you all. Hope to be in contact soon.